Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back if you're a subscriber. You're part of a select group and I appreciate your support. You may have watched previous videos when we went cycle touring in the south of Holland. We had planned to return and cycle in the north of the Netherlands around Groningen, but unfortunately COVID got in the way. But we've made it back to Europe, and this time we've got a little further north to Denmark. My eldest daughter unfortunately couldn't come with us because she's now flown the nest. We might notice how the other two children have grown. There's a ship here somewhere, it used to be.
Oh, you wanted one, did you?
Oh, she's come returning money. This time I'll keep my thumb out of it. Oh, it's a bit wobbly, isn't it? This kayak is up there. It's been boiling hot on the journey up today. So if you want to ring for the emergency services, you call 112 and you quote A475. So you can come down to the beach, have a barbie, go for a swim. And here's a little picnic bench. Another little hut. Someone else changing huts, I think, are there. And then here you're not allowed to do diving, but I imagine you can jump it. But header from the bridge not allowed. Ooh. She's making hot chocolate. Emily to the back of her head. Yeah. Well, we're here. The ferry arrived in the Hook of Holland at 8 o'clock, and it took a while to get off, about 8:45, and then we went and found ourselves a coffee and set off about 9:30. It was a long drive, very busy. And we made it about 6:15, and I went to bed early. And then the gentleman on the right here, we had the 6 o'clock country and western full on. But you can see down to the fjord down there. We walked down there last night. The campsite there's a lot of permanent setups that no one's here at the moment. I imagine it's the Danes have them as their summer camp. So our two tents just drying out. We just taken the bikes off the back, packing our bags. Mum's in the kitchen, a nice little kitchen area, and making some breakfast. And thankfully it's not raining too much. It did rain overnight last night, and then we were missing a tent peg down here, and a dog's weed up the side of our tent. So that's nice of them, wasn't it?
My porridge is still too hot.
Having our ready-made porridge we made at home. 40 grams of porridge, 15 grams of sugar, 15 grams of milk powder. And this is the kitchen. Brother's doing the washing up. There are the signs we're following, and we thought we'd stop to have a look at this ancient barrow, and you'll never guess how old it is. 2020, it's a copy. So we thought we'd stop in the shade, have a 5-minute break, and kids can go blackberry picking and put them in our porridge for tomorrow, I think. Hopefully we'll have some blackberries in our next campsite. Well, we've arrived at Finnshav, and there's nowhere to get a coffee or much else really, and there's no ticket office or ticket machine, and we've rung the ferry company to say the 1 o'clock ferry is booked, but she said if you've got a bicycle you should be okay, and we just pay the man on the boat. Well, I think this is our ferry. It doesn't look very big, and there's a lot of other bicyclists waiting to get on as well, so I only hope they can squeeze us on. That's what's got to get on, plus the people waiting over here. Looking towards our first view of the island of Aero. We're now in Cebu on Aero at the western end of the island, and that is an all-electric ferry. And if I just scan round, that building over there is the Batik Museum, whatever that is. And we just popped into the unmanned tourist bureau and picked up a map, which I will show you. If I come over here, that's the map. So hopefully we can find our way to our campsite, and Mrs. Antagonist has just popped across there to get some milk. Around the back of the tourist office, if you're a cycle that needs recharging, there's recharging points, and then here there's a bike maintenance area where you can come and get a bit of, and then down here, as well as air, there's all the various tools you could need, tyre spanners, what have you, if you need to do a factory repair. They're all very organised, aren't they? And we're just going, I can see the sign over there, it's going to take us on to continue on cycle route 8. Wouldn't you know it? I thought a nice straight section. It's not easy recording with one hand. Very pretty. Well, we made it to the Danish Forestry commissioned free shelter campsite. It rained heavily overnight. Well, it rained, we just had enough time to put the tent up. That's looking north to Aeroskobli, I think, down there. We arrived about 6 o'clock last night, having stopped off, collected some water from a nice German couple. So we sat to stop by the side of the road and asked for some water, and they invited us in, really friendly, and gave us a beer, so and some nibbles, which was very kind of them. So the wind's got up a lot. I don't know if you can hear me. I've got the windshield on the camera. Here's a post that shows you the water is 300 metres away. There's a WC just up the road, which is an earth toilet. It's all beautifully clean, and they've got hand sanitizer and toilet paper. And if you take that route down through the trees, and as you can see, that gets down to there's a car turning area, I think, down there you can use. It's nice and warm. I spent my first night ever in one of these shelters. So we didn't get to have our fire last night, because obvious reasons. And I don't think anyone's camped here, because it's, well, not for a while, because the grass is still very long. So we're just making ourselves a cup of tea. Believe it or not, that's all the gear we brought. And it's about 9:30 because we had a 6 o'clock start yesterday. If I lift it up, you can see the green roof. So it's given the rain we had, I was pleased I was in there. Good night's sleep. Emily and Finn are just up and brought her gear up, and I'm just started to make our porridge. As you can see, before we came, we put our porridge already measured out into these air sealed packets. So and then all we need to do is add water and pop it on the stove. Well, we had a lovely breakfast of porridge and nectarines mixed in with it. The sun's now out. I'll take you a run of the view of the campsite.
Where's the camp?
Pal, bang your head. You might be able to see. Come down here. Let's go and have a look at the view. There he is. We were up at 6 yesterday, so it's a more leisurely start today. We've just come down, we're going across the flat bit off to Marseille, the harbour. You can see the tops of the turbines over there, and I imagine up on that high ground there was where we spent our night last night, with lots of rooks who were very noisy until it got dark. That's the end of the airfield. Our route up there. Well, here we are. It's gone past the airfield. I'm back on terra firma. There's our map. How do I look? Tired? Yep. Towing the trailer. It's getting lighter. A few less tea bags. One dinner less. You should be able to see the children over my shoulder. Nice street. Even the minor rural lanes have street lighting. So here we are in Marseille at the eastern end of Aero. We just paid for our tickets, which is €44, all packed up, and we're waiting for the 1:30 ferry, and it is a glorious day. We're just going to go for we've bought our tickets, children. For those of you that might have been following us in Holland in 2017, they've grown a bit, haven't they? Well, Ruthers has. And there's some sort of memorial. And there's a yacht. They're the Germans off to Kiel. We stopped for a coffee with homemade licorice, or licorice made on the island of Aero. I'll take you around the front. There's the ubiquitous Land Rover. That's looking back up to what would have been a fishing port, I guess, in the old days. Oh, over the cobbles, tripping over. And you can stop and have your lunch there. We have brunch is served to 1 o'clock, and we're just having a nice cup of coffee in here. I imagine that's where we go. All the people coming from Langeland. Langeland. The ferry's not as busy as the ferry we caught yesterday. All the pedestrians off and the cars. We're on board. Ah, the Germans. Have a spot of lunch. Well, we made it to the top of Langeland, so we got the ferry across to Rodkobring, and we found a nice little site. So we're a bit nervous whether we're allowed to camp here or not, but I think we're just going to cook up some dinner, and then when the weather calms down or the night comes on, we'll stick our tents up. It's about 7:30. Have got themselves all sorted out. I've just broken a pole, so I'm in a good mood, but we managed to mend it, so nothing that money can't save. It's all sorted out. Well, we're up at 6. Lovely calm morning. We've had scrambled eggs and Danish bacon for breakfast. We're just doing the chores, drying up, washing up, waiting for the tents to dry out. And then that's the Danish Nature Agency telling us there's some shelters just up the path in the woods there. But there's a group of young people in beer. We have to have the loud music going all night, and we're up at 3:40, but why not? It's a lovely calm morning, and that's, if I turn you round, that's looking over to Fyn, or Finn. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.